Hello, ladies and gentlemen, you beautiful people out there. Welcome. Welcome to tonight's live talk with myself, Stefania from Gentleman Square, and Enolia.
Hello, hello, hello.
And we want to just welcome you this evening to Relationship Talk. And we have a really great segment to talk about. And I just want to acknowledge you and just say thank you for just hopping on and listening to our conversation, because I'm sure you will find it very interesting. So make sure you stay on to the end. And let me tell you what the topic is, right, Enolia?
Yeah.
The topic is when your partner acts like a victim for no reason at all. Now, this is a really very interesting topic and something that really happens a lot in couples. And it's something that, some couples really struggle with, or one partner particularly struggles with. And when your partner is actually acting like a victim for absolutely no reason, and it can range from all sorts of things. It can range from, thinking that your partner is cheating on you, feeling that your partner's not doing enough for you, thinking that, you're doing all the work and your partner's not doing anything to contribute to the relationship. So we're just going to be covering a bit of everything. So yes, that's what we'll be talking about. Enolia.
So I want to expand it further too. So the partner who is doing the accusing, there's a sense of feeling sorry for oneself. There's a sense of entitlement saying, I deserve more. There's this sense of maybe they're in a depression, but, nothing's ever good enough. Nothing's ever enough. And you decide to project that onto your partner to find and create a story that shows that since you're having this feeling, that it's the partner's fault, that all your dreams and everything should be fulfilled through that person. And, if this is taking place, the opposite person has to take pause and take a look at this and go, what's really going on here? So I'm gonna pause there because I could go on and on and on, and I'm gonna throw it back over to you, Stefania.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Enolia. Yeah, I think this is something that it's quite reoccurring in relationships, and I see it all the time, particularly, where men come to me and say, like, I do so much for her. I pay the bills. I, bring home a good wage. She just buys whatever she wants. She's got it all. I feed the kids, got the roof over their heads. We have the week, monthly or yearly holidays, pretty much really fulfilling his role as, the man in the relationship, because still, obviously, the man feels he has to provide. But then coming home to a relationship, his significant other, where she just feels that he's not doing enough, and puts on the victim mode. Now, sometimes what happens, and this is what I found, is that she is unable to really express what she means he's not doing enough, right? So what he thinks he's, providing for, is he should be doing that plus more, but the plus more is what's not really being underlined. And that can create, a lot of problems, because again, it falls into communication. But being a victim and not being grateful can sometimes, or if not all the time, create major, turmoil in relationships. And I think sometimes, and it doesn't have to be, the woman with the man, but it can be vice versa. It can, work both ways. I don't know, Enolia, would you want to elaborate that as far as, on the woman's side, being in a woman's empowerment?
Yes, and I'm going to take it from that perspective. So here I am as the woman. and from the woman's side, and I have a man, and he's busting his butt, but I don't think he's enough. And I'm going to go there with you women, because we do this, okay? Which is that men are working their butts off. They're trying to provide you with everything, and all we can express is what we don't have, and it's not right. We need to stop it. We need to stop it. From, oh, I can't go get my nails done, and oh, I can't go, and let's not even talk about superficial things. Let's say, oh, I can't go take care of a medical appointment that I need to take care of, and there's just not enough, and oh, I can't go out to eat, or I can't do the little extras. But let's talk about the regular things. The provisions are being brought home, okay, which means that you have a roof over your head, you have food in your mouth. If children are involved, the children are taken care of, right? But what you're really complaining about is that you can't do the above and beyond the extra, and that you have to schedule things that are within your means during the time that you have. So let's say you need a doctor's appointment. It's been a little while, but your back is bothering you. Maybe you have to wait 2 or 3 weeks until the money is generated so that you can have the extra. But for the most part, you're taken care of. I'm going to say, stop it.
Yes.
Stop it. It's not right. It's not right. There are people out here who have to watch their children starve because there's not enough food to provide across the board. There are people that are living check by check because the roof is going to be pulled from over their heads each and every month, and they're not sure how they're going to be able to get the money. There are people here who are temporarily homeless, have been kicked out of their house. And if you are a person that is not working, and here's the other thing, some of these women aren't working at all, or some of us aren't working at all, or we're working minimally, or we're working and we're trying to get things started up off the ground, then give both of you yourselves time. Give time to allow things to get off the ground. If it's not enough, go find a job too. If it's not enough, work together to do it. But to be the victim to say it's not enough and to project that onto your partner is not right. It's not correct. And if that man were to step back and take pause, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, absolutely. And having a victim mentality, I think too, is something that, really leaves you in a low vibration all the time. And if you're, always thinking what you don't have and that you don't have enough, and you're thinking scarcity, of course, like universal law, you're actually going to be attracting exactly what you're thinking, and that's zero. So yes, not being grateful, I think, as a man, and I hear it all the time, men just don't feel they're being, appreciated for what they do. Now, sometimes what can happen, right? And I'm looking at as a devil's advocate, right, from a female's point of view. And sometimes, as females, we don't express what it is that we really want. So it may mean that we want more time with our men, with our partners. It may mean that we want to, share special moments, or having, their husband or their spouse to look after the children a little bit more, sort of getting involved. Now, gentlemen, sometimes I say this, it doesn't really take a lot. It may just mean standing next to her in the kitchen and stirring the pot, but the fact that you're actually integrating and spending quality time, she's not going to be feeling like all she does is work, look after the kids. And then what's going to happen, she's not going to be the victim as much. She can actually see that you're putting in some effort. And, it's a matter of really understanding the language that she's speaking. I think that's really, really important. So what she actually says and what she's actually meaning can be two different things. So she might, throw a little child tantrum. you know, and wants you to buy everything for her, but it's not really that. She's just trying to get your attention for quality time.
And ladies, I invite you to understand why you do what you do. I really do invite you to do it. Are you bringing baggage from a previous relationship and projecting it on to the man that you're with now, or the partner you're with now, and expecting that partner to behave in the ways that either happened previously, or if you're being accusatory, basically saying that this man is behaving in a way that you dealt with in your previous relationship, and that's not the case? Why and what is motivating you to see the glass half empty? And then I would invite you also to step back and see the glass half full. What are the gifts in what you have as you have it now? What are you grateful for in this relationship? Why are you with this person? Because when you are with someone and walking side by side with them, when you're in balance, because nothing's ever perfect, you can see all of the beautiful things that they do for you, the best of their ability, in the best of their ability, as they do it. And that it's not all about what they weren't capable of doing, but what they expressed and put forward to do the best that they could. And if more could be done, how the two of you can get together and really understand what both of you can do to close the gap, if that's what's needed. But from that woman's perspective, we need to really step back and understand why we behave the way we behave. And then once we understand it, if we're being accusatory, and I don't care if it's him not bringing in enough clothing, food, materialistic things, whatever the case is, all the way down to cheating, because some of us do this and we accuse them of cheating because we were with womanizers previously. And so what do we project on? Our deepest fears to our partners. Again, stop it.
Yeah.
Don't do it to that person. That behavior will drive them away. Recognize within yourself what you are doing and why you are doing it, and work on it.
Absolutely. And I think you got a very valid point there, Enolia. You know, bringing in baggage from your past relationship. I mean, and you touched on a very sensitive topic there, cheating. When we think that our partners are cheating or we feel cheated on. And this can mean from an array of different things. It may be even, you know, you may be just genuinely glancing at somebody and your partner thinks you're, you know, staring at someone of the opposite sex and, you know, feel threatened. And because that actually, on 2 occasions today, that this week actually, that's been brought up. One was from a female and one was from a male perspective. And the female, she was she was accusing her partner to be sleeping with someone else, right? And I said, well, how did you come up with that conclusion? And what actually happened was, this is pretty rare, but it so happened, listen to the story. You know, once I tell you the story, she was doing the laundry and she happens to pick up this pink bra, right? And it wasn't her bra. And she thinks, how did this pink bra get in our laundry basket? So what did she do? She, you know, pretty much confronted her boyfriend and said, you know, what's this bra doing in our laundry? And really went to town with him. And he's like totally blown away. And he said, you know, Stefania, honestly, I don't know how that bra got into our laundry basket. Like, honestly, like I felt like it was a setup. So what had actually happened was she had accidentally picked up another bra that was at the on the bench, or like, you know, at the gym. She was next to somebody, they were getting changed, and she accidentally picked up another bra, which she didn't know she did. she put the dirty laundry in the laundry basket. But the next day, there was a sign up, lost and found. Had someone picked up. Yeah, that's exactly what had happened. And this poor guy was like livid. And she was like, that was it. The whole relationship had been totally, shut down. But see how things can happen. And, so yeah, we can be put in situations, but I think it's important to really, investigate, do some conversation, like really communicate and see where this is coming from. Now, obviously, she actually did have an issue of past relationships. She did come from a past relationship where she was cheated on. And it just so happened the whole thing just re-manifested itself, but not that he did, but the fear of her being cheated on again. And yeah, it was very, very interesting there.
Which is really sad, really, really sad. One of the things that we don't define is where are the boundaries in a relationship? When we make commitments to each other, to live together, to be with one another, whether it's in partnership or in marriage, this is not a commitment of indentured servitude. I'm going to say it again. It is not a commitment to indentured servitude. One person doesn't have the free-for-all right to consume the other on either side. The man all consuming of the woman, treating her like she's a slave, or the woman consuming the man, treating him like he's her slave. It means you walk together, that you've made a commitment to involve in each other in each other's lives, and that you walk together, work together, communicate together, cherish one another, share love with one another, side by side, but not all consuming. And somewhere in the midst of this, the all-consuming, whether it's based on belief systems, traditions, whatever the case may be, flags one partner to be all-consuming of the other. And it's just not healthy.
No. And I think it's important to recognize that. So if you do have a past and you've experienced something like that, I really encourage you to seek help before it gets too destructive, self-destructive, and it destroys your relationship. And yeah, I think that's really, really important, because it consumes you. It consumes you to the point that beyond repair. And I think too, and another story I quickly wanted to say was on a man's point of view, where he may just get jealous, have this jealousy where a woman may, and I've had this happen to me. I've actually experienced it where, you may be looking in a direction, it happens to be in a direction of a man, and you get accused that you're looking at him, you're checking him out. And it may not be like that at all. I mean, it wasn't for me in that case, but you can't expect your woman to be walking like with her head down and not looking in any direction, because she's going to feel controlled. She's going to feel like she has to conform to what you're requesting. And it goes for either party, both men and women, because I see it a lot. I see this kind of behavior, and I witnessed this behavior, particularly when I lived in Italy, because yeah, you'd be friends, you'd know someone from some event, and then all of a sudden you'd see them with a woman, and they look at you and just put their head down, totally not acknowledge you, like would avoid eye contact and make it look like they didn't see you, simply because they were with a woman and didn't want to project that, hey, I know her, and I think that's really sad.
It's very sad. I want to interject with that. When that takes place, the person who is executing the jealousy needs to check themselves.
Right.
Why would you be that insecure? Your partner is with you because your partner loves you. Your partner made a commitment to you. Stop the insecurity. Look at yourself and learn how to love yourself and be able to say, I'm worthy and I'm enough. And I'm enough such that when my partner's on my arm, he or she, they love me. And they're here because of me. And they're with me. So why would I need to be that insecure? Stop it. I think that's my mantra today.
Yeah, no, stop it. But it's true. It's true. Take a check on yourself. Again, like Enolia said, and I'm saying, take a check on yourself. And if you feel that it's really creating a problem, because you're going to feel it, whether you take responsibility for it or not, it's going to affect you one way or another. So,
and maybe that's it. Take responsibility for your own behavior. You said it, Stefania. Take responsibility. Be accountable to yourself. And be accountable that you are not a victim. And you are not insecure. And you are enough. And you are worthy. And then these behaviors can halt themselves. And you can enjoy each other. Instead of accusing and fighting and antagonizing. It is so important.
Yes, yeah. So definitely, I think we've spoken about a very important topic tonight. You know, stop being the victim for no reason at all.
Don't be the victim. Let it go.
Let it go. Surrender.
Figure out how to be secure in yourself. And if you don't know how to be secure in yourself, that's why we're here. That's why we are coaches.
Yes.
That's why we assist people. And if it's not somebody like us, then go to a professional. But check yourself, heal yourself, work on these things, go back to the point of origin. Something happened to you that shaped your life the way that it is. Yes. And if that is the case, work on it, confront it, heal it. Don't live your life basically making somebody else miserable.
Yeah, because you're only going to make yourself miserable in the process.
Or eventually that person will walk away from you and you'll be alone. It's not good.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think the message tonight is really, you know, acknowledge it, take responsibility if you are acting like a victim. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with taking responsibility for it. You know, we've all done it. You know, I've been a victim. I'll put my hand and, you know, but it's so empowering when you actually, you know, own it. Because when you own it and you take responsibility and you know, take an action and say, okay, well, what can I do about this? How can I help myself? And seek help, you know, because it's only some mental blocks there that you have. It's nothing serious. It's no surgery that needs to be done, right?
There's mental blocks there. You can consciously choose not to let the insecure aspect of your personality lead your life. I mean, let's just call it what it is. You can make a conscious choice to not let the aspect of your personality that's the insecure, jealous, blah, 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 lead your life. That is not healthy. So you said it, Stefania.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to reach out to us, Enolia, where can they reach you?
www.enolia.live is my website. Also, I can be reached at info@enolia.live, and that's ENOLIA.live.
Excellent. And with myself, you can reach me at thegentlemansquare.com. And gentlemen, I'm also offering hypnosis as well. So that is another modality, which is amazing, if I can say so myself. It is really going to help with getting into that subconscious mind and, you know, removing any mental blocks, anything the critical mind is stopping you from really achieving and enjoying life and your relationships and your woman, of course.
Yeah.
So you can reach me there, and We have all the other social media, which we'll put on the bottom of this video. We'd like to thank you for joining in. If you have any questions at all, if there's any topics that you would like us to talk about here on Relationship Talk with Stefania and Enolia, please leave us a message, contact us, email us direct, whichever way you can get a hold of us. We'd like to thank you. Thank you, Enolia, once again.
Thank you, Stefania. Thank you for this wonderful and inspiring conversation. And we hope that we've helped. And again, reach out to us. We're here. Okay.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.